Good morning, everybody. This is Diggs. It's another beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest. It's actually starting to snow right now. It's about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm getting ready to go into my queue for Endwalker, and it's absolutely beautiful outside. The snow is just it's beautiful. I love snow. I hope you guys have been having all a really good week. This video is going to be a little bit longer than my traditional news video, just because I've been taking some time off playing Endwalker. I'm going to kind of cover everything that's coming out this week, everything you should kind of be aware of. We should be live again Tuesday or Wednesday, back to normal. But for right now, Giant and I have been enjoying Endwalker. I hope you guys are enjoying Endwalker too. Let's go ahead and dig in. All right, so we got a couple sections in this video. We will be talking about all of the notices, and then I'll actually be talking about some of the specific unit buffs and Trials of Reckoning things that are going on, just so you have a little bit of an understanding of how you might prep for the week and how you're going to kind of go forward. Of course, there is going to be maintenance on Tuesday. Tuesday, I'll probably be streaming, like just gathering from Endwalker, so you can come and hang out on stream while we wait for the news. They did release some interesting new patch notes, which are pretty exciting, I would say. They gave improvements to the quick pick match screen, which I believe is just like match battle. They added a max selection button when making batch purchases and exchanges. So, you know, a lot of UI adjustments. They made it so that you can switch units from the ability board, which is one of those things I really wanted, and I'm really glad that they added that. They changed the title screen image and music, application icon, adjustments to the group icons on the left side of the home screen, and other UI adjustments. Again, nothing really crazy. You can go through it and look through all of this, but you know, for the most part, nothing crazy. Probably the biggest thing, besides my BlueStacks crashes, is going to be the new guild battle system that they're coming out with, which I think is kind of like a limited, kind of like a 10 guild battle competition where you're going to be having 10 guilds up against each other, and kind of they're all going to fight each other, get a certain amount of points, and then the winner is going to be on top. I'm really excited for that. That's going to be super cool. I think it's going to be a really good way to also bring guilds together. We talk about how important community is in this game, and being able to, you know, interact with guilds you wouldn't normally interact with, being able to talk to them is all a pretty big deal and is really great for building the community. So I'm really excited for that. The vision card coming out this week is, I would say, you know, it's a must get if you have Aranea-ish. I'm not the most excited for it. It's okay. It gives area attack resistance up party wide, pierce attack up party wide, and gives critical hit rate. For the individual ice unit, you get attack up, missile attack resistance up, and then for ice type units, you get ice attack up and max HP up, which is pretty good. And I guess the global upgrade is for ice type units as well, so you can consider that pretty good. I just feel like if you're running any 3-man compositions, you're probably going to be running some other mixture of vision cards, particularly as we have the Chaos Odin coming out in the future. You know, we have Fenrir, we have, you know, just such a good variety of ice vision cards currently. I'm not sure we're going to be running this, and even if you did run this, you might run it for the area resistance, but you definitely probably will not be running it for the pierce attack up, just because that would mean you're either running Aranea, Victora, maybe Laswell as a Dragoon. I would say it's more of a niche vision card than anything else. It does what it does very good, but not everybody must have it. In terms of EX jobs coming out, which again we will talk about here later on in the video, we have Kilfe, Tidus, and Chell coming out. Of course, Kilfe, probably the biggest deal. A lot of people have been really excited for Kilfe EX. Chell EX as well is going to be very cool, and I am excited for Chell EX. And then, of course, we have the Maniple Esper coming out as well with the Vision card. It does have sleep resistance, but it also has some really good board stats. We'll get into that when we look at the specifics, but going to be a very solid all-around Ice Esper. In terms of campaigns going on this week, We do have, of course, the standard login campaign. Doesn't look like there's anything too crazy in here, but you know, it is going to be what it is. You get some select vision card shard summons times 10, which should be cool. 300 NRG campaign, which is always great. I don't know about you guys, but my NRG has been so tight because I've been just auto farming gill snappers all week. Part 2, chapter 3, scene 3, gonna be coming out, and some secret book reward quest, glove accessory, sword. In terms of Trials of Reckoning, we'll talk about this as well, the specifics, but it's gonna be releasing a pretty good, I would say like an alternative accessory piece of gear. You know, I'm not sure how difficult this is going to be for people to farm. It's really interesting just looking at the, you know, bonus units and looking at the monster itself. Basically, you're going to be fighting up against the Maniple. It's, you know, it's an ice-based mechanical unit, but there's not very like usually there's like a go-to composition that maybe has like an elemental advantage or a specific advantage, but it just seems like there's a lot of units that are going to work against this, and I feel like you're probably just going to be, you know, jamming as many XL and large units in there and trying to deal as much damage as possible. You have Oberon as a bonus unit, so you're going to be able to lower attack resistance down, you know, for the entire enemy. You have Noctis, so you can lower pierce resistance, you know, earth resistance. You know, he's going to be able to do kind of everything. Prompto is your XL. If you wanted to maybe make him chain better or fit into the composition better, you will be able to have him sub assassin. There's just, you know, it's going to be probably pretty easy. It's probably going to rely less on like composition synergy and more on how you debuff the enemy. There doesn't seem to be a particular way to go up against this enemy. It's not like, you know, bring pierce composition only, bring magic composition only. It just seems like it's going to be bring what you have and you will probably be able to make it work. I think probably the biggest units to consider here are going to be Oberon, Kilfei, if you have Kilfei's EX version, right, because Kilfei can lower magic resistance. You have Minwu, who's going to have a type advantage. Minwu also has some very powerful offensive magic, although to get her to use this, you are going to have to disable all of her abilities except for the offensive magic, so keep that in mind. And I'm actually wondering now, I actually think her offensive magic might not be fire element, so that might be something to consider. Well, I guess she's not chaining with other fire units, so it'll probably be fine. And I'm pretty sure she still gets the type bonus because she's a fire unit attacking an ice unit, even though she might be attacking with a non-elemental spell. I'm sure there's somebody down in the comments section who will be able to clarify that. But I think the big takeaway is going to be Noctis and Oberon, of course, lowering those resistances so that the other units can kind of do that chip damage. The guild raid, I love that they put this out there because they kind of released the top 5 players. Shout out to all of these players. Tifa, I'm not sure how to pronounce this name right here. Rukia from Hokuten, Spectra from Ragnarok, and Locke from Visipur. So shout out to all of you guys. Good to see you guys all on here. Love to see the guild recognition. It's just really great, feels good. We have Crystal Warriors coming out, which is exciting. Now, this is one of those situations where they do announce it like 2 weeks in advance. So it does look like we'll be getting Lucio starting in a couple weeks. Now, remember, when we do get Lucio, he is going to be in his like weakened form. He's not going to have a limit break or anything like that. But still really excited to start the story. Really excited, you know, you can see right there. I'm not sure if this means Joom's coming out in 2 weeks, which would be huge news because I see Joom on this picture, so I'm like, is she fucking coming out? Like, I'm getting a little excited, but you know, that'll probably be the clickbait on this title. And of course we have Justin and Friends coming out at the end of the week, December 9th, with our good friend Dejan. Please check it out. It's going to be at 6 p.m. on the 9th, of course, on the Square Enix live stream. And I don't know, it doesn't say, oh, it looks like Looks like Cabbage is going to be on there too. So go check out Cabbage. It's really exciting that they have Degen and Cabbage, it looks like. Very cool. It's going to be awesome. They need Cabbage's picture right here. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about what's going on this week in terms of kind of the units and stats and Trials of Reckoning, kind of keeping everything in mind. We are going to go ahead and pull up WoTV Calc here. If you don't know where I'm at, I'm on the Japanese side of WoTV Calc, and we do have actually access to the hard Trials of Reckoning boss list here. And of course, what you're seeing is the enemy mech here. Nothing too crazy, 100,000 HP, defense 15, spirit 15, agility 70. It's a machine type. So of course, you know, you're thinking anything with machine killer is going to be useful. Any Esper with machine killer will be great. No special, like he has max HP down, debuff resistance, and increased accuracy 40, but no other special kind of buffs or power-ups. He does have 20% resistance to magic and striking, so if you can, you want to go missile, pierce, and slashing. Again though, if you're running Kilphe EX, you're going to be able to lower his magic resistance, and if you're running Oberon, you're going to be able to reduce all elemental resistance on him. So you're going to be able to have, you know, again, I think it's going to come down to how many resistances you can lower on him to make a more effective score. Looking at the abilities, it does look like his kind of status ailment of choice is going to be paralyzed. So you're probably going to be setting the White Flan accessory. And then he does have break physical barriers. He has a decreased defense. Probably something to keep in mind is he does have a counter, which does give a 30% damage barrier on him. So what you might want to do is you might want to make sure that you have a unit with a seal counter ability, if possible, so that this isn't going to proc, which of course, you know, if he gets this up, it's not the end of the world, but your score will be reduced. You're not going to be doing, you know, the highest damage in the world. You know, if you could reliably seal counter that, is probably going to be for the best. There are a couple other enemies here, Imperial Soldiers, Wolves, and Cactars. As far as I can tell though, it looks like the Imperial Soldiers do have access to a point blank stun. You do have the Wolves, which can inflict poison. They also have a debuff, so they can decrease attack and magic. The Cactars as well have paralyzed, so you're definitely going to be wanting to set paralyzed resistance coming in here, is going to be the big takeaway. Taking a look at the vision card that's coming out this week. HP 325, attack 155, defense 4, increases attack for ice units 10%, increased missile resistance 10%. Party wide, it's going to increase AoE resistance 20 and increase pierce attack 18, and then it's going to give critical hit rate plus 25 for ice units. So, you know, there is the individual global buff that's going to give it ice attack up and HP up. You know, still very good, very cool. Whether or not this is going to be super relevant, especially with Fryevia's VC out there, you know, there's, you know, a little bit of a debate, maybe in like 5-man content or in like very niche 3-man Pierce compositions. But I don't know that this is going to be the go-to for the future. Kilphe coming out. Now let's talk about Kilphe's EX here. Kilphe's EX is going to be pretty cool. We're going to get an upgrade to magic power up level 1, which is going to give her spirit penetration 40. So of course, you know, she's already a really hard hitting unit, so getting that spirit penetration is going to be really amazing, especially on ability that you're probably going to be setting anyway with her. Other than that, we do also have an upgrade to Energy Blaster, which is going to, let's see here. Let's see what it's going to make it instant cast is what it's going to do. So it's not going to increase its damage. It's not going to increase, I don't think it'll increase its range height. Yeah, it doesn't increase its range height. It just makes it instant cast, which is pretty powerful on its own. I think that would be, what was the cast time before? It was 200, so it was a standard cast time, and with no cast time reduction in her kit, you can actually see this being pretty powerful. Her job level 25 ability increases magic attack 25 for 3 turns to self, decreases AP consumption 25 for 3 turns to self, and increases defense 20. So they're really kind of you know, battening down on that defensive oriented Kilfe EX, which is pretty cool. Again, though, in a world where we have defense penetration 100, how viable, relevant this is going to be, we'll kind of have to wait and see. But I am pretty excited for this. I am excited to, I think, you know, in terms of revitalizing our old UR units and bringing in the EX version of these, I do think that it's going to be pretty good. I think she's going to be one of the better EXs. Tyrell here. Taking a look at Tyrell's EX, we don't get any upgrades to passives. And if you guys don't know, this is also the first time I'm looking at their EXs, just because, you know, it's snowing, it's Endwalker, and I'm taking it kind of slow this week. So we're going to kind of explore together. Divine Power, so it's going to give him defense penetration 40. So increase max HP and restore HP. I mean, you don't really use this ability anyway, so I mean, I guess it's okay. I guess that's an okay buff. His AP break gets upgraded to AP Steel. The modifiers are really weird. The translation is really weird here. It looks like it's a drain HP ability, but I'm wondering if it's a drain AP ability. I'm not sure. It says absorb 40% of the damage done, so I'm guessing it's a drain HP ability. His job level 25, Grudge Sword, 200% modifier, increased modifier 15% for each time he's received damage, max of 75%, has a range height of 1. I mean, Tyrell, you've never been anything incredible. And I don't think your EX is going to change that at all. Let's see, does his EX get any agility increase? Because he was a really slow unit before. He gets 2 agility. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. You're not going to be investing in Tyrell. Chell, though, I have a feeling you're going to be investing in Chell. I haven't even looked at her kit, but I mean, Chell is such a good unit. How could you not, even for the base stats, right? She gets an upgrade to Dispel, which is awesome, which will decrease agility 25% for 3 turns to the target and decrease CT 10x for the target. Amazing. Love to see that. We're going to get a increase to Imperil, it looks like, which will increase range, I'm guessing. It looks like it's just increased range. Which, I mean, is it cast time reduction too? No, it's just increased range, which is fine because Imperil is one of the most powerful spells in the game, so we'll take that. Job level 25, Eroding Ice, 185%, increased modifier by 60% if the target has at least one of the following. So that would be fire, ice, wind, earth, lightning, water, light, or dark. I'm guessing reduction. Pretty powerful, I would say. That's, you know, it's about as powerful as Tidus, but I think the range and kind of the situation with Chell, this is actually pretty powerful since she already has, you know, so many other good things in her kit to make her useful. Being able to have access to some damage in addition to all of that is going to be really great, especially Imperil. Imperil is one of the most important abilities in some situations, so very good. I'm very happy with that. Gosh, I think that brings us to the end of the video. I guess we could talk about the piece of gear that you're going to be getting from the Trials of Reckoning, because I know a lot of people probably have questions about that. That's going to be the Prompto wristband at +5, so it's an accessory. At +5, it's going to give Human Killer 15 when attacking with physical attacks. And, you know, this is powerful in the context that you're going to be able to give 15% Human Killer in an accessory slot that you might not originally have had damage modification in. So from that respect, it's really powerful, but you also have to remember that this piece of gear is competing with a lot of other pieces of gear for this slot. So if you think about, you know, one, if you have a status ailment that you're going against, you're going to be setting status ailment resistance. If you are guaranteed to critical hit, you're not going to be setting this. You're going to be setting critical damage modification, because that's going to be significantly more in a lot of these situations than what this wristband is doing. The other thing you have to consider, this is man-eater only. This is not, you know, 15% damage increase against all enemies. It is only man-eater. So maybe you're going to see this more dominant in PvP, GVG, but I'm not sure this is going to be the end-all be-all must get like 3+5s, you know, like some of the other Trials of Reckoning gear, like Ribbon, but it's going to be pretty good. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go back to Endwalker. I've been loving it, been having a lot of fun. Hope you guys have been having a good week. I hope to see you guys on Tuesday Reset stream. I will be doing some Endwalker gathering, so no spoilers, I don't think, if you guys want to come and hang out. I'll probably be working on my Disciples of Hand or Disciples of Land during the maintenance. But yeah, looking forward to hearing from you guys. I've missed all of you guys. But it's been really awesome just to have some time off and to chill. So thank you so much, everybody, and have a great rest of your day.